Javier, my good sir.
What's
My good sir.
up? What's up?
How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I wish the sun was a little bit more out today, but you
Yeah.
know, we're still doing good today.
We're still doing things
Yeah,
today.
we're feeling happy.
Yeah.
Excited about the things to come.
Yeah, the things that are in the motion.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's it.
exactly.
Thank you for coming on here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Honestly, it's honestly a blessing, man, because I've been a fan of your work.
Oh.
I've checked out your IMDb. I need to look at like all of them through. I've seen like the trailers on stuff, but I love your work. So tell me.
Thank you so much.
Of course, tell me what you do. Tell me what you're.
So that's a good question. I feel like I've been finding the foundation for that answer in the last few months. I wanna come out here and make sure that everybody understands that all my art is based in storytelling.
Right.
So I'm here to tell stories. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to make people laugh. I'm here to laugh myself. I'm here to learn.
Yes. I love that.
And gain new perspectives.
Yes. Fantastic. Okay. So, do you know, and acting is that your main?
That's definitely my main, but in the last 2 years, I've been primarily focused on music and producing and DJing.
Really?
Yes.
So you're a hybrid. You're an actor, DJ, and a music producer.
Yes. Music producer. I'm growing in my music production skills, but I've been working on some tracks that I'm planning on releasing sometime soon. You know.
Do you want to? I mean, you know, towards you want to like give a little.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
What made you realize that you were a creative, an artist? Yeah.
I feel like it was honestly being in New York, having all these things going on around me. I felt like I wanted to be integrated into that. Like I felt like I was around it, but I rather wasn't fully experiencing it. And I felt like me being in a space of artistry, specifically acting, I'd be learning, I'd be in spaces that I want to be in, but also I'd be keeping myself safe. In terms of it be a professional space, it'd be people around me that are thinking of positive, like trying to create positive environments around them. So for me, it was all about learning and also gaining experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, really, the environment kind of went with the whole process for you, and it kind of pushed you into that process. Do you think that it would have been different in any other way, or?
Interesting. It definitely would have been different, and I don't know. I can't say how different it'd be if I was in like Texas or something, but being in another country, I feel like I'd probably be focused on something else. Like in another country, I feel like I don't know, something about America. I will say, you know, we have our own opinions about America and how this world is functioning currently, but there are many amazing opportunities that you can find in America.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so I feel like being here in this place made me think of all the possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good point. I haven't had anybody talk about America like in that aspect, as far as comparing, being in any other country, you have the most opportunity here. You have the most, despite whatever's going on, in the government or whatever the case may be, you're free to do and pursue your art. Here. So that's a very good point.
You may be homeless, but you still can do it.
Right.
Nobody can tell you can't do it.
That's the thing. Nobody's sitting there telling you no, you cannot not create. You cannot say this, you cannot say that. There's a lot of countries out there that are like that.
Yeah.
So
I will say we are becoming a little bit more. We're starting to
reach that
that point of excuse me. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Of limiting people's words.
Yeah.
I don't know why the word is blanking on me right now, but.
It's oppression. It's
oppression of speech. We have a lot of people trying to limit people's speech here. In today's world, specifically around politics. It's a very nuanced conversation. We probably don't have to go there right now.
Right, but it can go on.
Yes.
Yeah. It can definitely go on. At what age did you realize, okay, I'm going to pursue acting first, or like acting, and then kind of push forward? Was it acting first? Like I'm gonna do acting first, and then it kind of like the DJing and the music producing kind of happened like this as a result, or was it something you had in the back of your mind already doing all three of them?
Yeah, the music kind of just came up as a result very recently. I would say in the last 2 years that became very prominent. The music.
Okay.
Originally, it was the acting, so it all started in middle school. I was a fan of television, films, and being pulled into stories and other worlds.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So in middle school, I was just finding myself getting lost in TV every day after school, watching TV shows. Disney Channel was like a safe space for me. It's so crazy too, because my brother used to he didn't want to tell me what the Disney Channel was. He actually hid the channel from me for a couple years, so I didn't even know how to watch it for a while. Yeah, what? He ended up telling me after a while.
He cut a lot of culture from you.
Low key, but I ended up finding it myself because I was real tech savvy. I found it myself. That guide.
Yes,
she was real helpful.
I am. And you are? I'm the guy.
Of course.
But yeah, I just loved watching stories, and I wanted to be on the TV screen making people laugh like they were making me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to be in other spaces where I'd be growing, but also experiencing new things, meeting new people. So in middle school, I heard of Annie.
Of course.
They were doing a production of Annie, and I was told that I should join it since I'm interested in the acting stuff, and I jumped into it. And I played Sandy, the dog.
Nice. No role too small.
Right, exactly. And I also played the laundryman. So you remember the guy that Annie kind of is like in his like hamper or whatever. I played that guy as well as Sandy. So yeah, that was a very interesting time for me. Honestly, being on the stage, it was very cathartic.
Yeah. I know exactly.
Yeah, like seeing just having everybody laugh when I came onto the stage. It was comforting. Like the fact that I can make people feel excited to watch what's going on in front of them, and have them be like fully present to what's actually happening in front of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, middle school is definitely the start of that time for me.
Yeah.
6th grade, that was when I first did the production, and as I moved up into 7th and 8th grade, 7th grade I also did a play in my school, but I wanted to take things a little bit more serious, and I wanted to actually be in more highly produced productions.
Yeah. So and that was you said that was 8th grade?
Yeah, 7th grade.
7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade.
That's early, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot earlier than me. I'm gonna give you that's a lot earlier than me, man.
Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. I told myself I have to find it for myself. That was the plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and I honestly, I really admire that, to be honest with you, because I can relate to that because that happened to me later in life. But you really early on, you made a decision to be like, okay, this is, and I really respect that.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you. It was definitely a run. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It was pretty scary because I didn't know how I'd actually complete these things, being that you need an adult by your side as a child.
Right.
And I was doing the research for all of these things mainly myself.
Yeah.
My mother, she's an immigrant, but she's been here for some time before I was born.
Yes.
And she just wasn't fully versed in these topics and contracts and like professional engagements.
Yeah.
So it was just a little bit nerve-wracking as to how I'd actually end up finally making into the space, even though I knew how I can get there.
Right.
But how am I going to actually acclimate myself into the space
and stay there? Yeah, and make it last. Yeah, that was challenging.
Yeah.
Like really not because I mean just not to even go off on a certain topic, but it's kind of the opposite for me, where my mom really helps me with all my stuff. So I can't even imagine how difficult and how challenging. To still have her there as support, you know, as you were saying, you know, keep going, keep doing it.
Yes, for sure.
But you know, she can't really do anything. You know, and so I mean, I really shouts out to mom.
Yo,
shouts out to mom.
shout
I do
out
also
to
want to shout out
moms,
some
man.
other people around me too. I have an uncle. His name is John. He was very helpful in the start of my career because he's actually worked in production. He worked with NBC. He also worked with WWE. He worked on the Cosby Show.
What?
Yeah, he's done a lot of different things in the production realm, and he kind of helped guide me into the right spaces as I was learning. So I kind of found the brink of my knowledge myself, but he helped push me into these spaces because he was, you know, driving me to auditions, driving me to production shoots and helping me out and stuff like that. So I really appreciate him and his presence at the start of my journey.
Yeah.
Yo, shouts out to Unc.
Yeah. So your uncle and your mom. Anybody else you wanna?
I definitely want to shout out my cousins for sure. They're definitely supportive as well. You know, my cousins Pamela and Adriana. They're like my sisters, basically.
Shout out.
They've been around. You actually know Pamela, funny enough. Follow her on Instagram.
Pamela, I gotta look because she has like a green, not green. She has like a yellow profile picture.
I can't say if it's yellow, but curly hair.
Curly hair. Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. So shout out them. Shout out them.
Shouts out to the cousins.
Fantastic. What else is it?
Music production, DJing.
DJ.
Yes.
Please go into that. I mean, I just want to. Yeah.
So, excuse me. It actually all started with the DJing. Over the pandemic, you know, things kind of got real slow in terms of the acting and how many projects were being produced. There was a strike, as you know, as well within SAG-AFTRA. I'm a part of SAG, so that was a very slow moment for me. Yeah, I love SAG so much, but that was like a very sad time for me because I just wasn't sure where things were going and like where I could kind of like make myself fit.
Right.
I felt like you just had to already be at a certain place
to really
to be able to continue to grow, and I feel like I wasn't there to continue. Yeah, but I feel like I could have been more present in that as well. Yeah. But in that moment, I just wanted to kind of hone in on like myself and what I believed in, what I stand in, and kind of work on my mental health as well. That was a main focus as well, because obviously not working, it kind of made me feel down.
Yeah. Very depressing.
Yeah. So I love music so much. Yeah. And like, I don't know, something about sounds that can just like I said, I like going to other worlds. Yes. Something about sounds that can just take you places. Yes. So I've always recognized my love for music and how I wanted to sing, and I love performing, but I never thought that music was like a space for me. Yeah. Truthfully. Yeah. I'm singing in the shower every day, but I don't sound that good.
I understand that. I can relate to that.
Yeah, so, but sounds, they just, I don't know, they're very comforting. And I thought during the pandemic that I can use music to tell more stories even though I'm not acting. Yeah. So that was my introduction to DJing. I told myself that I'm going to use the music as another form to perform, another form of storytelling. Yeah, there's a space for people that are making sounds and producing new things. So I wanted to kind of mesh myself into that, and that was the start of the DJing journey. Yeah, that was during the pandemic.
Fantastic. So it was DJing first, then music production?
Yes.
Okay, so how did
I mean, I'll actually say I was producing a little bit. Like I produced a couple of tracks before I started DJing, but I was just playing around, nothing too crazy. Right. I didn't really think they were that good. Right.
I mean, as first timers always do.
Yes. So I took a break from that. I wasn't really doing that, focusing on my acting and stuff. And then obviously the strike came back, and I wanted to produce, but then I also felt like I wasn't fully versed in production. So I felt like I wanted to go in another route. So that was me deciding that I wanted to probably like work on mixing things together, and that was where the DJing aspect came in. And also, I also recognized that I kind of love like choosing the music for the vibes. Like
Yeah.
if we're out with friends, I want to play the music.
Yeah.
I don't mind if another friend does it too, but I want to pick most of it.
Yeah.
I want to curate the vibe. So that was my mindset. Like I love curating vibes, and I wanted to curate some special vibes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it seems like we have a lot in common. We really need to. When I come back,
Yeah, we're gonna talk for sure.
We're gonna talk for sure. I mean, that's so. I mean, really, so acting, DJing, music production. Is there anything else that you're dabbling in, or?
I haven't. I'm not gonna say I'm dabbling in it as of yet, but I definitely want to start producing my own stories.
Fantastic. You definitely.
Yeah, I'm a story. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I'm a storyteller, so like I feel like it's important that I also tell the stories that are in my mind.
Yes.
And it's helpful to use other art to help inspire you and bring your piece together, but it's important to also bring things from yourself.
Yeah.
Foundation first. So that's the plan. I want to start writing some stuff.
But what are the top defining moments that define you as an artist? You know that, not to put you on what's the word? Like not to put you, in front of a bus or in front of a light.
Okay.
But,
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, on the spot.
On the spot.
Yeah. Yes. So, if you have any like 1, 2, 3, any defining moments that like, okay, this is where I was like, okay, this is what I want. This acting thing is or like this DJing, this music production, or any life defining moments that you can think that just are important. If you have any.
I'm definitely gonna bring up first, specifically for the acting. I'm gonna always remember that moment that I got that email to get seen by an agency for an interview. First agency I got seen with, actually signed with. And I actually also want to thank them as well, my agency, Take Through Talent, for all of the opportunities they made available to me. They helped me grow to a stature that I didn't see for myself at first. Not that I didn't see it, but I didn't know how I was gonna get there, but I knew I wanted to be there.
Right.
So they helped me grow, and I feel like that was one of the defining moments, is signing that contract and having that first meeting with that talent agency, as well as signing with enrolling in SAG. That's another defining moment as well, because that's just an indicator that you're continuing to grow and making more steps into you're the place that you want to be in. Talk about number 3. I will say it was when I booked my first job as well. Like I feel like it's all in order. When I booked my first job, it was I booked a commercial first, and that commercial never ended up coming out.
That does happen. That does happen.
Yes.
It can happen.
And yes, it does happen. I don't know what ended up happening with that footage, but that never ended up coming out. It was a fun shoot. It was a great time. And then I kept auditioning for commercials, and as I was auditioning for commercials, I kept growing in certain roles. So I started auditioning for guest star and co-star roles, and that was when I booked my role on Netflix's When They See Us.
Yo, what do you think they're doing?
I don't know. Let's go ball. Man, I'll see you. I got a game waiting.
And that was a very transformative moment for me. That was when I knew that, that was the moment that let me know that, okay, you're actually doing it. I was on the bus with my cousins paddling in Verona, and I forget where we were going, but we were taking a ride somewhere. My phone started ringing. My agent said, I have to, talk to you real quick. I got some news for you. And I'm like, I'm already anticipating a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, like, what you got to tell me?
Yeah.
And of course, she broke the news, and I was ecstatic on the bus, like screaming. Like, honestly, I feel like that couldn't have been a better moment. Me in my city on public transportation with some family, just enjoying personal time, and then just getting a call about a job offer for something that I've been dreaming about doing. Yeah, that was a defining moment for sure.
That's I love it.
Thank you so much.
Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
Cut the check.
That's it. Cut the check. We're done.
Cut the check. Cut the check. Oh yeah. Cut the check.
Yeah. So as far as an actor and a DJer, that's a word, and then a music producer.
Yeah.
What if you can give people like some tips or like your main things to get out of kind of each of those to get them started, to get them, or just some really helpful tips and tricks, or just what you feel is most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say something that my uncle always tells me every time we talk. He always tells me that you need to be comfortable talking to strangers.
Yeah.
And I will say that that's important for both the music production, the DJing, and the acting.
Yes.
You're gonna be in spaces with people that you don't know,
Yes.
people that are also doing things that you want to do, but you're going to have to communicate with them.
Yes.
And you may be nervous, but it's important that you acclimate yourself into the space. And nobody can do that but you, for yourself.
Right.
You have to speak up for yourself. You have to be able to represent yourself. So another thing that's important is just honing in what you believe in. I feel like I was young when I started performing, acting in middle school, like we said. So I feel like I wasn't settled in my beliefs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why during the pandemic I had to take a moment to reflect and
Yeah.
like figure out what it is that I believe in and what do I want to stand for.
Absolutely.
Especially with my art, like what kind of projects do I want to work on?
Right.
I will say I was a little hesitant about certain projects because I felt like I wouldn't want to give my energy to something I feel like wouldn't be seen or understood.
Exactly.
Even if it's not understood by me, like if I'm not understanding it, I probably wouldn't want to work on the project.
Exactly.
So I feel like honing in on what you believe in is very important. Now, for the acting aspect, I feel like it's important that you're open into learning. It's important that you're always soaking up new knowledge. You're always reading. You're always like I said, you got to be comfortable talking to people. So you want to be talking to people, like learning what type of techniques that they use, what type of spaces they're going into. I feel like word of mouth is it's gold, okay? It's gold.
Yeah.
Especially in a city like New York and LA, where people are all constantly moving around, things are always going on. It's important that you're talking to the people in the spaces that you want to inhibit.
Right.
So learning to acclimate yourself and learning to communicate is tough. I'm gonna add one more thing that I think is also important. I'll say for a DJ, producer, it's important that you hone in on that instinct that you get to work on something. If you get that instinct to like just do a little skeleton, make a voice note of something that you feel like you may want to come back to, you should do it. Because sometimes it will never come back. So that's another thing that's important as a music artist. Have drafts.
Fantastic. Okay. So we got two more questions. Two more.
Yes.
We're gonna do top 5 artists.
Okay.
Actors.
Okay, we're doing actors.
Yes.
Okay. Denzel Washington, of course.
Of course.
Adam Sandler.
Okay.
I always struggle with like doing lists because I'm like so indecisive. I have so many favorites. Viola Davis.
Nice.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh, nice.
And it's a little tough.
Fifth one. Fine.
I'm gonna say Javier Eusebio.
Fantastic choice. Fantastic. And can we get your 5 favorite films / TV shows?
Okay, yes, of course. So we definitely gotta mention The Truman Show.
Oh, fantastic. Classic.
Grown Ups.
Oh.
Classic.
Yes.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes.
OG show.
Yes.
I love Insecure. Modern classic.
Fantastic.
I can literally rewatch it so many times. And That's So Raven, of course.
Wow. a really great list, Javier. Fantastic. Fantastic. And so I want to, if you want to play some beats real quick, I don't know how, because my battery is about to be off again.
For sure. Definitely play something.
Yes.
I've been producing, I'm not sure, just explain for the video, I've been producing these tracks, club tracks, remixes of songs that I really love. I wanted these tracks to be a little bit more energetic and full of punchy beats so that you can dance and move to, and something that'll feel pulsating. So that was my inspiration behind this track that I'm going to share with you right now, and the other tracks that will be accompanying it on a little EP. So yeah,
Let's do it.
this samples Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac.
Nice.
It should be playing on the speaker. I'm gonna get up, all right? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You let me know what you think.
I already love it, man. I love the bait. I love the bait. I'm not a huge music like I don't know the ins and outs, but like the
yeah, that's the synth right there.
Yeah.
That's actually from the Little Lies track. I took it from the song.
Really?
Yeah. So to talk a little bit like more about the sounds that I love, nostalgic sounds. Like I said, being pulled into a world. Some of these sounds they kind of take me to my childhood.
Yeah.
And my childhood is like a world that I don't see as a place that I can go back to physically.
Yeah.
So these songs and sounds help me kind of go back to that.
Yeah.
That synth, I don't know, when I first listened to the song, because it's still a song that I listened to when I was a child, but when I first heard it, I'm like, this synth takes me to my childhood, and I need to do something with it. And this is where we currently are with that.